Make an archetype archive.
What?
Listen here. Since Rada is absolutely incompetent and dead, I want someone to review this pair of cards. And you are the only living option now.
Archetypes. We all know them, we all love them, or hate them, and we all understand them. When we can read them. You don't understand. The amount of times people debated with me about how they can add this card is as baffling as the one with the glass of water. Half full, half empty? Well, I'm drinking it now and it's full. Wait, what? But sometimes there are some archetypes that get the short end of the stick. Whether they get clustered together as an archetype, or have no synergy with their cards, or designed around a shitty gimmick, or are just bare bones while being referenced. And then there's the bottom of the barrel, the ones that exist either as a concept or are utterly abandoned. Or in this case, both. Today we are taking a look at the worst of the cursed, or rather, the available and playable. The clear archetype series pair is a concept used by a guy that no one knows about. Like, he was the former owner of Honest. They appeared in that season of GX where a guy summoned Five-Headed Dragon twice, along with the only appearance of Meteor Black Dragon in the show. Hello, darkness, my old friend. The cards were first released in the limited edition 15 booster pack, alongside Orichalcos Shuneros, Guardian Yaros, and Darkness Neosphere. Oh hey, the boss monster of darkness. And then in Stardust Overdrive, along with the first release of Jin Releaser of Rituals, Dark Simorg, and Earthbound Immortal Rirago Karaska. So you know you're in for a good time. The archetype centers around a field spell, so we might as well start with that. The card in question is Clear World, and it has the following effects. During each of your end phases, pay 500 life points or destroy this card. Now goody, each player receives certain effects depending on the monster attributes they control. Light, play with your hand revealed at all times. Dark, if you control 2 or more monsters, you cannot declare an attack. Earth, during your standby phase, target 1 face-up defense position monster you control, destroy it. Water, during your end phase, discard 1 card. Fire, during your end phase, take 1000 damage. Wind, you must pay 500 life points to activate a spell card. It is an interesting concept for the archetype. Reminds me of how 6 Samurais have monsters covering nearly all the game's attributes. But why do I have to pay life points for it? At least with something like Imperial Order, it made sense. You were paying life points, so both players can't use magic cards, and as a result, you had to work or build your deck around that restriction. The fact that this is not optional, meaning you couldn't stop paying for it, meaning you had to push forward unless it's removed by a non-magic card, or you're unable to pay for it. Heck, Chicken Game was more logical in that aspect, but also more broken. It also doesn't help that this card has no synergy with anything else other than the only other card the archetype has, their boss monster that sort of complements the field spell, that being Clear Vice Dragon. It's a level 8 Dark Dragon, obviously, that has undefined attack and 0 defense. Its effects are, you are unaffected by the effect of Clear World. Very nice. If this card attacks an opponent's monster, the attack of this card becomes twice the attack of the attack target during damage calculation only. If this card would be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can discard 1 card instead. It's a shittier version of the Wicked Avatar, with a less restrictive effect version of Massive Morph. Other than that, in the anime, Clear World worked with the clear monsters which have no attributes. While they are shown being dark attribute with the effect, this face-up card is not treated as a dark monster in order to give you the advantage and to have synergy with the field spell. I guess the you are unaffected by the effects of Clear World is a more logical and shorter explanation for it. And it is a Dark Dragon level 8 with no summon restrictions, so that's cool, I guess. And that's about it.
Grade.
What?
You have to grade it.
Grade? What grade? This is about as much of a waste of time as... Okay. Let me see this so-called grading chart here. Consistency, power, recovery, protection, and versatility. They all get a -5. 50. 1,000.
A deck list.
What?
Make a deck list.
A deck list? This is all I can think of. But it works, sorta, not really. I mean, what can be said about this pair? They lack the anime monsters and magic cards. Yes, they have magic cards, which sorta make them good, or competent at least. The boss monster in the show can protect itself from battle as well as destruction, but it doesn't offer that much in terms of synergy with Clear World. There isn't much that can be done with them, and you have to tribute summon the boss monster or cheese it out in some way or form for the field spell. Not to mention, you can't search the field spell because there isn't any card that this pair of aces can use. That's honestly the best description for them. They're like Red Eyes Black Dragon and Dark Magician, the vanilla duo used for Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. If anything, they'd be huge bricks to any deck due to the lack of synergy with anything. Without any support cards, this pair can't do much but be the cherry on top, the mass lockdown deck. Heck, you have better odds to win with Destiny Board, or win with Viacroids. Even a Celtic Guardian deck is better than this abortion. And the Royal Knight deck? Well, let's not invoke the Holy Spirit. Even though we desperately need it, we don't deserve it. I guess I can try that volcanic guy strategy and keep reminding everyone this pair exists, to the point they get so much support they become tier 0 and top worlds for 3 years. But knowing Konami, and how it took them 2 decades to print out dragon nails, my expectations are about as big as me winning a local tournament with Sacred Beasts or Cyberdarks. I keep my hopes up, but I know the result in advance. There, I did it.
I am quenched and satisfied with the result. Thank you, good sir.
Hold it. I did your stupid request, but I am not letting you go. I didn't do that for free. I want some sort of compensation.
What do you have in mind?